Took you a while. I've been waiting out here in the cold all day. They say it's always autumn in Ryeham, but right now, it's more like winter.
It's said that Merlin's ward has long protected Ryeham. It's the only reason that people can actually live here. But recently, Ryham's been getting colder. It's almost snowed the past few days. We've come with the Magister to investigate this change in weather.
My apologies, Miss Hamster. I never got your name.
Yes, we should be introduced. You are Valen. I am Hammy.
Are all your familiars hamsters? That's unique indeed.
Chippy told me that General Hogan ordered you to protect You must know that serving the Magister is an honor, but it's not easy. I'll be observing you. I hope you'll be...
Apologies again, but I have to correct you. I'm a knight, not someone's retainer. Protecting him is just my current task. It's not a lifelong post. Unless your Magister is someone like the great Merlin. Then I may consider it.
Did I hear that right? Well, the Magister, he is Ouch! Why did you just step on my foot, Hammy?
Oh, sorry. Chippy likes to spout nonsense. Don't mind him, Mr. Valen. Once you spend some time together, you'll realize that although the Magister isn't Merlin, he is just as powerful. You'll see that he is practically the same as Merlin. Except for the difference...
Okay, I'll just wait and see. We should get going. I really want to get to Hollystone as soon as possible. I need a hot drink to help me warm up. Dura above. I really hope the General doesn't give me another assignment.
All set. Anyone need Hammy to do some magic?
Just as I expected.
I'll catch up to you someday.
The General has asked me to protect you. A little progress is better than no progress, right?
I'll catch...
I just got on the ring. Whew. The color and clarity.
Who's there? Huh. It's you. Don't sneak up behind me next time.
The General has asked me to protect you. Now, a little progress is better than no progress, right? It's time to show you my moves! Just as I expected.
Onward, fellow knights!
Just as I expected. Just as I expected. You're it. Just as I expected. Just as I expected. It's time to show you my moves!
Onward, fellow knights!
Just as I expected.
Great. You seem to have pulled yourself together. I was really worried when you passed out. So, how are you getting along with Valen? I hope he hasn't offended you already. Really? That guy's usually a handful.
That's not fair, General. These two little hamsters were watching my every move. I didn't slack off at all.
Well, considering you helped us fight all the way here, I'll score your performance on the Magister's behalf. 80 out of 100! Keep up the good work, Mr. Valen.
Yes, of course. Thanks for your encouragement, Hammy.
Let me say this again, Valen. He was sent by me specifically to look into the changing weather. To ensure success, you must spare no effort in assisting him. Furthermore,
You must ensure his safety. I totally understand, General.
Valen is my most trusted knight, both in strength, and his only shortcoming is probably his big mouth. Anyway, please teach this young man a thing or two during your time together. You can be as strict as you need to be.
Stop teasing me, General. We should get down to business. The fire at Ryeham was clearly arson.
Yes, the young master of the Mithril Consortium identified the culprit as the Scarlet Sorceress. Rowan the Scarlet Sorceress, however, denies it all. I questioned the Scarlet Sorceress before you arrived. I asked her what her reasons were for coming to Ryeham, but she didn't say a word. What about you? Do you think the Scarlet Sorceress is the culprit? As it happens, the Scarlet Sorceress did say something. Just one thing. But it made me think. She said that you'd exonerate her. She seemed convinced that you would find the real culprit of the fire. You and her. I don't mean to pry, but is she an acquaintance of yours? True, you have lost your memory. Some things you might not be able to recall. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of all of this in our investigation. Oh, right. This is your first time in Hollystone, isn't it? Before troubling yourself with the investigation, you might as well take a tour around the village. I suspect you'll like it here. Go, have a look around, then come find me. I'll be waiting for you here.
It's time to show you my moves! Just as I expected. It's time to show you my moves! Just as I expected.
Thank you for considering my lady. However, she said that if she needed anything, she would instruct us on what to do rather than trouble you.
Well, she does not need to be so polite. The lady has come a long way, and it is my duty to be hospitable to guests. Should she have time today, might I be fortunate enough to meet her? I have prepared a rare gift for her.
Lord Franz, sir, I'm afraid my lady is terribly busy today and cannot see you. Please return another day.
Lord Franz does not seem to be in a great mood today, I see. I heard General Hogan mention that a noblewoman lives in this house, and that she has come from the capital.
And where did this bottom feeder come from? Talking about me behind my back. Begone!
And nice to meet you, Lord Franz. You're different from what I am. I heard you were so rich and swanky that even the fountain on your estate was made of gold. I imagined you'd look like a fine gold bar.
Impertinent scoundrel! No wonder your mouth emits such dross when base wretches like you grow up eating only filth.
Fine, fine. I might well be a base wretch, but that can't be said of him. What do you think, Magister?
Oh no. You look like you're barely half-trained. Don't call... I wager you never attended the Serene Lyceum.
The Magister didn't really study that much there.
See? I thought as much. Peasants like you don't belong in a...
You've misunderstood, Lord Cocky High Butt. The Magister didn't study at the Lyceum because he was teaching there. Yes! You journaled about that part of your life, and you allowed me to read those entries.
What a bunch of tedious liars! Enough! I have an important client to meet and can spare no time to argue with the... Furthermore, I hate rodents, particularly when they scurry around my property. You'd best not let me catch you around Ryeham.
He certainly wasn't humble. However, it doesn't look like he was exaggerating. Lord Franz does control most of Ryeham. You look a bit lost. Allow me to explain. Ryeham is built along the Tranquil River, which divides the region in half, north and south.
2 years ago, Southville heeded Lord Franz and dug up...
They say it's a new great variety. In all of Esperia, it only to expand production. Lord Franz has lobbied the Northville villagers to swap from growers. Is this a mage's intuition, then? South...
I heard the wheat fields in Northville will soon be... It won't be long before Northville is growing those expensive grapes, just like...
What? Wasn't the village chief of Ryeham opposed to growing grapes? Did he back down in the end?
He had no choice. You've seen how rich the people in Southville have gotten these past couple years.
Everyone in Northville was green with envy. Who doesn't want to be rich?
Dura above. If there are grapes to the south and grapes to the north, Ryeham should just change its name to Grapeville.
Mary, I'm so glad you're safe. I heard about the fire last night. I was so worried.
Eddie, I saw everything. When the fire broke out, there was a mage in the village. She was standing in my wheat field. She waved her hand and just vanished, after which the field just burst into flames.
What? Are you saying you saw the culprit? Mary, take a deep breath and see if you can remember what she looked like.
She had red hair down to her mid-back. She was also wearing a hat with a long feather in it, and a black dress with gold stripes.
We need to tell this to the heroic order.
Magister, listening to that description, It seems like the culprit has to be Muriel. She has red hair!
Do you remember what the Scarlet Sorceress looks like? I think she was different from the woman's description. Yes, and there wasn't a feather in Muriel. This is an important piece of information. Before the fire, mages other than Muriel may have been in the village. We need to tell this to General Hogan immediately.
You look serious. What happened? What? This is the first I've heard of.
In short, the intel suggests she's still a suspect.
We haven't. This case is related to magic. Are you willing to aid us? I'll let her know that you... Thanks for your help.
We ought to look around Southville. We bumped into Lord Franz just now. What if, hypothetically,
Please keep an eye on him. Then it's all up to you.
It's time to show you my moves! Just as I expected. What a coincidence, Master Rowan.